All right, test 1, 2. All right, we got audio. Good stuff. Optimize some of this for you guys. All right, today you guys will see the 1 hour, the 15 minutes, 5 minutes on the bottom right, and something like that. There, that works. All right, we're opening up in 4 minutes here. Let's do a quick analysis of what the daily is going to be. Daily we'll be doing. So, okay, I think audio is good here. Top step back is good as well. Okay. Um, Interesting price actions. Just starting here with the you guys look at the daily. Let me quickly pull up the daily here from the 15 minutes. I have this on a separate chart. You guys don't see it, but we did take out yesterday's highs. We pushed lower very aggressively during London and pre 9:30. And right now, ultimately, we're going to be trading into this fair value gap here of the daily. And I'm looking at the wick low of yesterday. Jumping to the 15-minute here, some conflicting information, but we do have to, take it with a grain of salt. I have all this liquidity here above us as well. So I feel like we might dip lower into the daily fair value gap and then start pushing for highs again. So I'm not convinced that the bull run's over, but there's a lot of buy side liquidity forming above us. So do watch out for that. We are news today at 9:45 and 10 o'clock. So from a news perspective, we should be a bit cognizant here. And I'm quickly opening up Forex Factory here. ECB conference at 9:45 today. So something that never mind. I'm wrong. That is for the euro, not for the US dollar. So we don't really have any news today. So that's good. And let's see where we're at. So what I have here on the 1 minute chart, and this is where the majority of our analysis is going to be, it's just the quadrants of the most recent wick that we are going to be trading. We're also trading in a daily fair value gap as well. I don't have a mark here, but again, we are trading in the daily fair value gap. How are you guys doing today? Who's bullish? Who's bearish? Okay. This was a previous trade that I took today. I'll delete it. It's not really relevant for this stream. All right. We will have an RTH. Oh, hey, Dal. How's it going? We have an RTH gap that's bearish 110 points. You're neutral. Yeah, I'm neutral as well, but we're just going to have to wait for a high probability setup. Okay. Opening up in 1 minute here. Do I see? So again, session highs and lows. We have lows from yesterday, which again, like this is previous day low here. after that big move down. Yeah. Again, this right here, this is captivating me. Like, there's no way that we're going to leave it and just start dipping lower. But basically, 930 highs. So pre 930 highs at 7 o'clock is something that I do want to see being taken. Previous day lows that we open up right now, we did at 930. And right now we're kind of pushing into the lower quadrant here. We just surpassed the daily mean threshold of the fair value gap. I think this level here is going to get hit, to be honest. I'm not going to trade it. Again, I do have to wait for our first presentation fair value gap. Yeah, we got buy side above us. And for some reason, my RTH gap disappeared. There, that's better. So let's wait for these lows to get taken from yesterday and see if price wants to reverse and start pushing higher. That might be the move for today. I'm not going to be chasing this lower. First presentation usually happens on the 931 candle. You can see actually we took out a lot of sell side here. You know, technically, if a first presentation for value gap forms on the 930 candle, I guess we could use that, but 931 is usually more clean from my back testing and my forward testing that I've done over the past little bit. Okay. We're going to be patient here. The best trades happen around the macros, around 950 to 1010. We have a mini fair value gap here that form. And then we have a bearish order block here. Bearish order block. Right now we're pushing against the yesterday's lower quadrant. You can see here how we're respecting it. It would be nice to see it broken into the downside. But again, it's like, is it worth shorting it here? I don't know, like a 1.5 to 1. I'm not going to bet my eggs on this, but we might see something like that happen right now. But I think the high probability moves are longs today. That's where the majority of the move should take place. All right, previous longs are probably going to get tapped any second now. We've just traded right past Tuesday's first presentation. Let's see if it's going to use both these wicks, like the mean thresholds, as support, and using that as support as well to push lower to previous day low. And there you go. That's going to be the trade. Previous day low is going to be most likely taken. It'd be really nice to see it not taken and a pull back. For me, that's going to be a high probability trade. Like seeing that not taken, pull back higher, give us some kind of rejection here, and then do the final push. That would be nice to see. But it doesn't mean price has to do that. These mean thresholds of these wicks, again, they should act as a bearish PD array. Again, price going into here. It could possibly push from a wick perspective to this bearish order block here before doing the final push lower. But these relative equal lows, they will be taken before we... If it leaves this and it starts pushing higher, I'll be surprised. But right now, my trigger finger is ready. We might get a little quick scalp here. We'll see. It does need to disrupt a bit higher here for me to go lower. But it might not. It hasn't even touched the first presentation fair value gap from Tuesday, so... Even if I did enter here, I don't know. That's okay. No entry present. We took yesterday's previous day's lows. We're currently in the daily fair value gap here. 15 minutes away from macro. Let's see what price wants to do here. Let's see if we get a fair value gap here for him on the lower quadrant. This will be our high probability fair value gap and our first presentation as well. Let's see if that happens. I'm gonna be back in 30 seconds, guys. So it's pretty cool how ICT said that first presentation fair value gaps usually form on quadrants. And this is something that we might see here. First presentation, today is Thursday, right? New York, first presentation, 10:30. All right, so this is our high probability. So seeing this invert and pushing to the upside, that's something that we want to do. I also like how we barely touch into the RTH gap. But again, here is when we should start hopefully finding some support at the bottom of the daily upper quadrant wick of October the 25th here. So let's see if we'll get something here. Again, we're still very bearish, guys. So. But once we break this here to the upside, that's when my bias will be shifting to the upside. What a push lower. So this was my trade from earlier today. And I really regret not holding it because it would have been, it was just a 1.5 to 1, but it would have been a 20 to 1 if I held it. But again, I didn't know that price would be pushing so low so fast. It's a very eventful morning. The price broke. So right now price is pushing into, let's draw out the, so this right here is going to be the premium, or sorry, the discount wick of Tuesday, the 28th price action. Unless price is just going to rock down all day until we hit that volume imbalance on the daily. Oh, price like this is tough to trade, guys. Not gonna lie. When it just pushes in one direction. So we'll see if it gives us some kind of entry to continue this move lower, or to completely reverse and start pushing higher. Like if we chase, we lose. The price right now is melting away. And if we kind of look at these candles a bit closer here to see what kind of fair value gaps are forming. And I'm not going to draw them out just because there's so many here. But I'm looking for suspension blocks here. And I'm looking for fair value gaps that form around quadrants. So like this right here. Oh, that's not a fair value gap. Actually, this, let's see here. So this here is a suspension block. Right. And what's a suspension block? It basically has a gap above it and a gap below it, but it doesn't have to have a gap in between. Like, see how this wick here just pushes up and it fills in this entire, this is a suspension block here. So it's a really strong PD, right? You can see here price pushed into it and it's probably going to be pushing lower. But man, this is brutal. Price, where are you going? Give us a pullback here. We are melting, guys. Looking at the daily here, or sorry, at the 1 hour. Most likely it's pushing for those 1 hour lows there. But let's see if it wants to find some support here on these quadrants and start pushing higher. And if it starts breaking this, again, my bullish bias for today is going to disappear. And I'm going to start heading into bear territory. But you can see here, we're just continuously, there's not even one single green candle that formed over the last 10 minutes. Sometimes you can use suspension blocks as continuation patterns, but again, we're in such a discount right now. Liquidity has been taken right now on the 1 hour. And there's just all these suspension blocks forming here. That's a suspension block. This is a suspension block, right? So if all these break to the upside, might indicate us that we are possibly forming a bottom. Oh, hey, Alex. Have you taken a trade today? No, on live, no. This morning I did. My trade happened all the way up here, a short at 807. There was a fair value gap that formed on a quadrant level, and that's what I did. Push higher to push price lower. This rejection I like. Let me take a short here. Taking a short to this level here, a small little scalp for $100. Let's see. This is a C plus trade, guys. I think it's gonna hit. I'm 70% sure, but this is not a A plus trade that I would be taking with heavy leverage. So many suspension blocks. These relative equal lows formed right below us. Hopefully we get a push lower here, but I'm really surprised about this push higher after this wick lower. All right, I think I'm wrong on this one, but we'll see. I'm about to get tapped out. There you go. Look at that. I caught the bottom, guys, in the wrong way. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Suspension blocks are being nullified right now. Shocking. After so many of them formed to the downside. Relative equal lows here below us. The bearish move is not over. Right now it's pushing into... Man, that was a really bad trade. Price right now is pushing into 7 minutes till macro. Price pushed into this bearish fair value up here. It is aggressively pushing back down here. Again, I want to see where this body closes in relation to the suspension block here. So it closed in the upper half of it, not loving it. And this is going to be the drive lower. All right. Give me my redemption trade here. Taking it to the low here as liquidity is sitting there. Come on, price. You are not done doing your business yet. No bueno. Okay, I'm cutting my trade for half risk here. Look at that, guys. I think I'm tilted. I took two really horrible trades. Man, live trading is not easy. But anyways, huge push lower here. Let's see what price wants to do. These relative equal lows here really threw me off on the 1 hour. Hey, wish me well effects. I just took out $600 per account in like 3 minutes on garbage trades. All right. Third one's going to be a charm here. Entering macro, we are pushing off from... Again, I am not convinced that this is done going lower. All right, let's see here. Price right now is closing above the daily fair value gap here. Previous day low taken. We're starting to break above some key levels. Long scalp. Yeah. Relative equal highs here. This might be the inversion there that we're looking for. All right. So let's see it pull back a bit here. Then we're going to start scaling it. On the 5-minute chart, again, it's still bearish. I'm just on this 1 hour chart, these relative equal lows. I do not know what I should make of them. Let me buy 3 here. It's my final trade of the day here. All right, I'm long right there. I'm assuming that price did its damage to the downside, and it's going to be pushing relative equal highs here. First presentation, I do want to see it break. If it breaks, we might scale in and pull our stop loss a bit. Once that breaks to the upside, we will have a bit more confidence of going higher. If this rejects and it starts pushing lower, I might cut the trade. Come on, price. Break past that first presentation for value gap today. And then when it comes back lower and rejects it, that's going to be the scale in. Good. We closed above it. That's what I want to see. Once it comes back into it, I will scale in a bit. A couple of contracts. If it does, it might not. Yeah. It's really hard to have patience when you're live streaming. Like, I have all the patience in the world when the camera's not on, but then when the camera goes on, I'm like, let's trade. Some garbage setups. Okay, perfect. Let's see what price is going to do here. It'd be really nice to see this price close above first presentation, get a fair value gap here, and that is bullish price action. Okay, we're in the macro now. I'm going to buy 3 more here. My stop loss, because I'm scaling in pretty heavily here. My stop loss is below this inversion here. Shouldn't drop that low. My profit target is just above the 930 highs. I've seen too many times that we tag this, but we don't tag secondary highs. So now we wait. We hit this bearish order block, or sorry, the bearish, fair value gap, which honestly, this should invert into a bullish fair value gap, and then it should continue pushing higher. And right now, 930 highs are dead giveaway. 90% chance we hit it, 10% chance we don't. My stop loss is being moved below this low right here, like this bearish candle right below the first presentation. All right, and Bob's your uncle in 3, 2. This is called the 950 macro, baby. Keep pushing price. Can definitely scale away some right here, but there's no reason why price is not going to tag this. My stop loss right there. Even if price pulls back lower, that's okay. There's just so much PD arrays that are supporting price from hitting our stop loss. And price, this is technically not first presentation. This is on the 930 candle, but you can see here price is struggling to break it. I'm not partialing here. I'm just going to hit. And the reason why I'm not partialing is I think price might go a lot higher today. Because this is just, look, on the 15 minute, it's just 2 candles here. This sell side liquidity above us, this is what is of interest to me. So maybe let's do this here. We're going to partial out 3. And we're going to hold the rest. So the trade that we're going to take is we're going to take it a bit higher today. This here is pure manipulation. All right, 3 partials coming in. Are you kidding me? Come on, price. This should be the push. So 50% partial is going to be right here. So we're gonna keep trading this. This is going to be 50% partial. It's leaving relative equal highs right now. If it does pull back, if it does pull back further, we will scale in more. My stop loss right now is sitting below this candle right here. All right. And what we're going to be targeting is going to be 287. 287. Right. So my stop loss right now is at break even. It's at first presentation. Guys, look at that. We're up $400 today. We took a bunch of shit trades. Like, it sucks this is recorded on stream, but that's some of my flaws that I have as a trader. So we're back to where we were pre-stream, and now it's just a question if price wants to continue pushing here, right? So again, I'm technically at break even now, and we are pushing for this level right here. On the 15-minute chart, it looks very obtainable. Our stop is essentially at previous day low right now. I don't think price is going to go back that low. It's probably going to retrace here. But If it hits target, it's going to be an additional $2,000. So we'll see here. I think this is a great partial spot, or a, take profit, but like this right here, what's above us, this is pure liquidity. London highs, Asian highs, 930 highs with such an aggressive move on the 15-minute chart. Like this seems like a no-brainer, right? Like this is our position here. And our stop loss is right there on the 15 minutes. So I guess now we just wait. We'll see if price can continue pushing higher. And we're going to get our 9-to-1 here. Is anyone in this trade too? I feel like Wish Me Well is. We might do, maybe let's do this. Let's do a partial. I've got too many green lines here. Let's remove these green lines. I'm not sure what they are. I'm going to remove the lower. So having a partial at 117, that might be an appropriate level. We're rejecting right now the bottom RTH gap. With that in mind, this candle is closing in 3 minutes on the 15-minute chart. I do want to see it kind of consolidate here and then push higher. That's going to be the confirmation that we're looking for. Oh, nice, though. See, that's like, I don't know what I was thinking here. Trying to squeeze in a quick scalp for these relative equal lows, which were never taken. It technically was by one tick. But for me, that wasn't enough. But anyways, let's see if we can pull this trade all the way to these highs here. Price is stalling a bit. I'm going to remove. We'll see how we'll see how this holds, this level right here. The 15%, like the 15-minute looks so bullish. Like higher time frames look really, really good for a push higher. From an intraday trading perspective, I think the push lower is great. So you can see here, price on this candle right here pushed into the 50% wick of yesterday's candle, pushed above. Here we're going to have a bullish breaker the moment we close above it. Right? And then we want to see price continuing to push higher. We do have a shift in market structure right now as well, or a change in delivery to the upside. I like how we're sitting above the RTH lows here. We're still in the macro, technically speaking, but it looks like RTH lows are really holding price here in a standstill. On the 5-minute, change in structure. Usually I don't hold price for this long. Like I would be out by now, but I do want to be a bit more comfortable when it comes to trading higher targets here. So let's keep going. There's nothing here showing me that we're bearish. We're pushing. We hit mean threshold of the RTH gap. But again, like I think the stop loss can be brought right below first presentation, 144. Once we get into the upper half of the RTH gap, I will trail my stop below the low of the RTH. I do want to give this move as well room to breathe, though. Again, completely okay if it pulls me back to break even, or at least of what's remaining. But $26,287. 26. Oh, I think I'm actually attacking the wrong level here. 287, not 387. 287. Okay. That's only going to be 1.3K. We're 1/3 there. See, this I'm not liking. Might get a pullback lower. But again, on the 5-minute. RTH low is still holding price. But we are slowing down here. Previous day highs have been taken as well. I'm going to partial out here one more. And the remaining 2 contracts I'll just hold here. This is a solid rejection off of the RTH here. But we'll hold here. Stop loss is below the fair value gap on the 5-minute. And if it takes us out, I'll take this out. If price dares to hit my stop loss, I'll say that's a deep enough retracement for price not to want to go higher. This is messy right now. This right here, we're moving sideways. We're still staying. And again, we just broke RTH lows from the gap perspective. Right now, we're being pinned against the daily discount wick. Once we break this lower, not something that I want to see. I want to see price being supported here. And price right now is, heading into the 930 gap that we created, the fair value gap. And again, I think we're breaking too many PD arrays right now within the macro to continue pushing this higher. But again, we're holding here, assuming that price will find support here against this 5-minute bullish order block. This 5-minute fair value gap and start pushing higher. So when you're holding trades for a longer time, again, it is beneficial to start looking at higher time frames, especially when price starts moving sideways like this. Once price breaks this right here, this is going to be the change of state of delivery. I will trail my stop loss below this low here, assuming that price will not want to push back lower. So this is the bullish push that, again, intermediate swing low here. Perfect. Change of state in delivery. We just broke the highs of the bearish order block and the move down here. So now we want to see price push higher. So my stop loss has been moved to below the low of the last bearish wick here. Not for a lot, for 126. So it's either I make 126 on this or I make 900. And if price decides to break the discount wick of the daily, so like this purple level right here, and tap me out, then so be it. But just seeing price explode on the upper half of the 5-minute fair value gap to the upside, close above the RTH gap high, I do want to see a move higher here. Hey, Rogino, how much did I risk? It was around 350. I'm liking how these 1-minute candles are respecting the lower half of this RTH gap here. So we took out all this liquidity here, just sell side liquidity taken, and hopefully we reverse from here. If we don't, then we'll cut it short. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to drop a like. I'd appreciate that. If you are subbed, then I do try to stream at least once or twice a week for free here on YouTube. Today would have been a really big day if I didn't take those 2 stupid trades right before the reversal. Let's keep holding it. Not liking it, guys. I will most likely get stopped out. All right. And we are, I'm a tick away from being stopped out. And I'm stopped out. Okay. I guess, you know, 2 horrible trades, 1 good trade. Price did not want to push higher. I found a lot of resistance and rejection on the lower quadrant of the RTH gap. But all in all, guys, we are exiting the macro for the morning. And I guess on that note, guys, take care, stay safe, and happy trading. Bye for now, guys.